So I played Jake Pentecost, who is the son of Idris Elba's Stacker Pentecost from the first Pacific Rim. He's lived in the shadow of his father for a long time, and we see what he's up to. He's a Jaeger parts stealer, crook, who now has to become better than he is to help, save the day, as you do. Yeah, definitely. I related Jake to a young me in a sense, especially when I was in secondary school. A bit of a mouth, much more of an attitude. Speaking before you listen, and I just thought that is an interesting thing. As part of growth. Now as I'm older, I think more and I'm more strategic with what I do. Obviously, having to be responsible in the adult world, and so for me, channeling that and having Jake grow was kind of like the parallel lines. So Jake Pentecost, when he goes back to the PPDC, he gets the opportunity to pilot Gypsy Avenger in a movie, which obviously was originally called Gypsy Danger in the first one. And Gypsy obviously is a beacon of hope to people in that world, being the Jaeger that helped close the breach, being Charlie Hunman's character, and Riley, who piloted him as well. And so, yeah, now she's reformed, she's new, she has new gadgets, she moves faster, she has a rocket elbow, a sword, loads of crazy stuff going on, loads of updates. Well, it was very important, obviously to have, as well as to have top-notch, CGI was to have practical effects as well. And one thing we couldn't CG was the head of the robot. We had to build each one. And on top, underneath of the robot head would be hydraulics to give it movement. And so we would then strap each of the actors in, and then you would do your dance. We call it a dance, but which is obviously the fight for the Jaegers. And it's action-packed, sparks blowing, things tilting and falling. It was real crazy. Yeah, very energetic. I think whereas the other stuff I've done has been much more hand-to-hand combat, heavy. With this, it was a lot of jumping and running and sliding, a lot of height going on. So Jake is a dangerous guy, so I think I had to go there for it. I found out about the first film, when they announced that Idris was a part of it in an article, and they had a picture of him in a black drive suit. That's why I watched it, just seeing Idris Elba from The Wire coming up to this role. I just wanted to check it out, him doing some good sci-fi films. So yeah, that's my first introduction to it. I mean, monster movies was introduced to me as a new idea via cinema. So I'd never had any other kind of monster fandom. It was just the movies, Godzilla and King Kong. I was just like, stuff is crazy. It just looks mad to me. So those are the things that I liked. If I see giant things going through cities, anything giant, I'm just enthusiastic about. I mean, the big massive thing is obviously being in the city, then you film and trying to imagine it, then you watch the film back and you're just like, this is actually quite nuts, I love it. When we were making Pacific Rim, I loved our morning calls, first few weeks of shooting in Sydney. We used to have to ride the boat in the early mornings, watch the sunrise as we go to set. We would film and have a nice midday journey back. And so yeah, it was cool.